Hey guys, welcome back. So today we got 2025 Ioniq 5. Um, so customer states here that was driving, and then when he wants to charge the vehicle and unplug it, it won't unplug, right? Or no, he can remove the charger, but the cluster is saying that the charger still connected, right? And as you can see here, that green icon there, it's saying that the charger is connected even though our charge port is empty, so the car won't move at all. So I'm gonna start this. As you can see there, it's saying unplug your vehicle to start, so it won't start at all. Won't go to neutral drive because he doesn't want the vehicle to move because the charger is still there even though it's not. So this one is, as you know, our situation here in my workplace. We're in the basement and the car always drop in upstairs, right? So I just went there and quickly check before it was towed in here downstairs in our shop to see what's going on our data. So I'm here right now and I scan it for codes too. There's no codes, so I just went to a VCMS, that's our vehicle charging management. So let's check there and just confirm why is it showing that our charge port, there's still a charger there, right? So I should expect my PD or a PD PID, that what do you call that, proximity detection, to there's a change in there, right? Like the voltage should be 5 volts if that's unplugged, and if it's plugged in, that should be lower, right? 1 point something. So I just went through and checked this data PID here, and then let's see here, connector PD circuit status says normal, and charging connector status, it says connected, right? That's connected. And if I'm gonna go to our PD voltage, as you can see there, it's 1.4. so that's why he's seeing that there's a charger that's connected there. So what I did was, okay, let's go to our wiring diagram. Oops, because I just want the car to be, you know, to be moved and be in the shop. So I went to our charging circuit here, page number 3. So as much as possible, the only thing I can access to is this CF11, this C15. I'm not sure where's this. Okay, so that's the connector itself, the charging port. So this CF11, that's in the right rear panel. So I just tried to quickly unplug that CF11 and see if it will, because it should be an open circuit, right? Nothing is connected here if I remove that, but I still have a, what do you call that, port like this, icon that is still connected. So I told them to, hey, can you just tow it in downstairs, and then, because if I need to work upstairs, I have to remove the whole panel there at the back, because I have to access the VCMS itself, right? And we can see here there's also a charging connector resistor, but we already unplugged this side here, right? That should not affect this charging resistor here. So what I did today, this morning, I removed this F39, that's our VCMS itself. And when I removed that, our, what do you call that, charge icon there, the green one, is gone, and I was able to move the vehicle. I'm gonna put drive, but there's a code there, obviously. So I'm gonna show you guys what I did. Okay, so I just remove our stuff here, as you can see there. And last time I thought that it was the actuator itself, the lock actuator, that's, you know, seeing that that's still connected. But I tried to pull the emergency cable here, it didn't work. I tried to actuate that. It was working fine, the lock actuator, so I don't think there's an issue there. So I was just pulling this upstairs a little bit and just squeeze my hand there to remove that connector, the CF11, right? But it didn't help, so that's why here in the shop I removed this guy, and our VCMS is under there. Okay, so our VCMS is under there, right? And then what I did was I just removed that. Okay, remove that guy here, and I inspect the pin. There's nothing in there, there's no abnormality. And then let's come back here, and I'm gonna start the vehicle, and then I can start now the vehicle. But I just have this warning light there. I can put it in drive, reverse, neutral, right? Now we just have a fault there, so I'm just gonna scan this quick. I didn't scan this after I did that. So let's quickly scan. Obviously we cannot communicate with our VCMS. So now we're gonna try to, after this, we're gonna try to remove our VCMS itself and just quickly check that the module side, how's the pin there. Okay, so no communication because we unplugged that. And then DTC, VCU, off-board charger, control module, lost communication, battery charger, control module B. So what is this? ICCU. Is this the VCMS he's talking about? Let's see. Open short on VCMS. Okay, so it's the VCMS. I don't know why they have to use lost communication with battery charger control module. Why not they just use VCMS? So it's all pertaining with the VCMS, because we unplugged that. How about this ICCU? Same thing. He's saying that, hey, I cannot talk to the VCMS, which is we unplug it. So now what else can we do? Like, because this one clearly, I think for me there's something wrong with the VCMS. Why is seeing that pull down volts and there's nothing else there? And this is our PD, pin number 4 there, goes there and go in here, PD, right? And that's where we got our voltage. So that's pin 11. Let's see where's that location. I'm gonna try to unplug that. Pin 11 will be in the middle side here, and that's it. And then we unplug the CF11, so I don't think there's something wrong in this side, unless, oh yeah, there's nothing wrong here, because there's still a fault with this line here, F39 to CF11. But when we unplug the F39, which is in the VCMS, the issue is gone, unless we have an issue with in the circuit itself, the wire. So we're gonna check that before we decide what part needs to be replaced. So let's check this pin F39, or we go to CF11 pin 6. I think we'll go CF11 pin 6 and measure our voltage there. Okay, so here's our voltmeter just connected to our hinge here, and we'll be checking CF11 pin 6. Let's connect, click that for now. And where's that? Pin 6. So 7 and 8, so it's in the corner. 7 and 8 should be beside black and white. So there's our CF11, black and white. There's our green there. So I'm gonna back probe that and see what's our voltage reading. So it's the same reading on our scan tool, 1.5, and yeah, so that's going to our VCMS. I don't think that's short unless it's shorted to ground, so I'm gonna unplug that connector, right, and just see if we're gonna do a resistance test on that circuit to ground. What does it say? So obviously we unplug it, we got 0 volts, right? But I'm gonna go to our resistance here. Okay, so at least that's good. There's no resistance in our ground there. That's an open circuit. I'm just gonna try to connect this to our ground, make sure that okay, there's some connections there. I'm gonna try this again. Just make sure. I don't want to okay, let's try this again. Oh, it's not okay. Here we get some reading there. I know it's not like 0, 0. And it's because of our connections here. Now at least there's a reading there, so I'm gonna go number 6. 1, 2, 3, 6 there. Nothing. So there's nothing. Now I'm gonna remove our VCMS there and see and just inspect that pins there. So here's our VCMS. Let's just quickly check our pins here. And I said it was in the second row. I don't see any corrosion there. The pins looks perfectly normal. I wonder why he's seeing a voltage on the PD there. There should be 5 volts. So what we're gonna do next is we got a fault here on our VCMS. What we're gonna do next will be we're gonna go to our VCMS and see where's our power ground. I know we can communicate to the VCMS, no issue, but it's just seeing that PD, right? So we're just gonna check our powers, right? There's IG3 input there, number 33, 34, 35, and the ground is 36, 37, 38. There's a socket PD there. Okay, maybe that's a different one. and we can communicate clearly to our VCMS, because we can see the data, right? And this one, I think it's okay. It says here our charging connector relay control, so I can actuate that, which is good. And then resistor, I know we unplugged that. Should I remove this resistor just to make sure? Location, where's this guy? Oh, that's this guy here. Okay, let me try unplugging this and see. I know we already eliminate this circuit, but let's just, since we're here already, I'm gonna try to okay, so I remove our resistor here. I'm gonna plug in our VCMS again. Let's see. Yeah, it's still showing plug in there, even though we remove our resistor and we already eliminate that. I just want to make sure that we're covering all our components, removing it, right? So yeah, we're gonna check our power and ground. I know the VCMS is, we can communicate with that, but we'll just cover our bases with power and ground. And yeah, okay, so let's try this. I left ignition on. I just have my bulb here. This is 2 amp, so we're gonna go for ground first. And just touch it. Okay, so that's on our power side. Okay, okay, and then I'm just gonna quickly check our other grounds. Okay, so both power and ground is good there, and we know that because of the, we can communicate to the module. It's just that the PD circuit is just reading that 1.5 volts, right? 1.4. We're just covering our bases, make sure that that's connected. What else we did? We did was we tried to unplug our resistor, even though we eliminate that by unplugging the CF11, because that's, this one is after, this is before going to the VCMS. We just unplugged that just to make sure it didn't help. And when we unplug our we call that connector to the VCMS, that charging icon is gone, because I think because we cannot see the VCMS at all. So that's why I think for me there's something wrong with the VCMS internally, and we tried to just double check the PD circuit if it's short to the body, to the ground. It's not, there's no resistance there, there's an open high resistance there, open, right? So anyway, I'm gonna call the VCMS, and then we'll come back once I have the new VCMS and see. Alright guys, as you can see there, I'm doing some experimentation. So what I did is I removed our VCMS, and in here in our wiring diagram, as you can see here, I'm using just a 12-volt battery, right? I tried a battery charger, but it won't work. So anyway, I went to our 39. Alright, that's the VCMS. And then I just went to our 34, 33, 34, 35. That's all power. 36, 37, 38. That's the ground. So as you can see there, power, ground. So that's what I did. I use different types of pins. Because I have this type of pin connectors, right? So I put 3 powers, 3 ground, and 1 for voltmeter for PD circuit. And you can see here a reading without connection. This is just pure module. It's reading 1.5, so meaning we get a faulty module. So at least we know now that there's something wrong in here on this module. So that's 100% sure we get a module issue, and then let's wait when that module comes in and we're gonna replace it.